Hi everyone. Today, we got the coolest rides that will definitely start a fire. Some people will have their minds blown up at what they see, and others won't even blink an eye, but I'm sure they are worth to look at. Get ready to see the lowest car, let's deal with a cool bike, and be surprised by a giant cart on wheels. And of course, we won't ignore our special guests. Which ones? Watch the video to the end, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Yes, and don't forget to like, this is very important guys, and I'm looking forward to your activity on the channel. Thank you, and let's start. A couple of weeks ago, I came across one video about a Japanese inventor who has been working on very strange developments for a long time. It turned out that he has his own mini hydro scooter laboratory, where he creates something incredibly cool. I'd like to try riding his hydro scooter and see what he's assembled, but this is damn dangerous, because who knows what he has invented there. However, despite a strange name, Hideyasu Ito is popular among the locals, as old ladies constantly come to him to fix their TV remote controls. Well, we continue today's video, and now you can see the lowest car in the world. The unrealistically low Panda first causes attacks of uncontrollable aggression, and then an outburst of laughter. At first glance, the car seemed to be stuck in the textures. But no, it's real, but so low that it seems like it's about to fall into the asphalt. Of course, you won't be able to drive it, but you can play pranks on the others. But you have to be careful, because you can get a fine for the total tinting. So I advise you to be careful on the roads and not to show yourself to the patrolman. Let's not stop, because now we have the coolest and most gigantic shopping cart riding around Chicago. This 3-meter grocery basket is perfect for a shopping trip. Do you also think where to put all that junk that you bought at the store on Friday evening? Then here's a simple solution for you. This cart has space for 165 bags of food. You can create a real grocery Armageddon in it. And finally, we got to the hammer, which as you may have guessed, is 3 times larger than a regular one. In order to get inside, you need to use a ladder, because without it, there's no other way. The Jeep is equipped with 4 engines, and you will even find a toilet inside. And if you ask me who the owner is, I will tell you, only the Arabs could have such ideas. Apparently, Sheikh Ahmad loves big items, so he made sure that his Jeep was the biggest. Now I want to ask you something. What is the name of the festival where tech geeks and innovation pursuers come from all over the world every year? There are no rules or roles there. Here everyone can express themselves in any way they want. Well, while you're thinking, I'll tell you about a cool bike that belongs to a cross-country fan. This bike was made to order for Tim, who simply loves to ride around the city like this and catch the eyes of passers-by. By the way, the bike looks cool, but it seems to me that to pedal it, you need legs like a track cyclist. Are you ready? Because I'm about to tell you about a motorcycle that will make your eyes pop out. Yes, I'm not kidding. This bike has tracks like your neighbor's tractor. And what about its name? I'll give you a hint. It sounds like a furry animal. And no, it's not a polar fox, although you were close. It's a hamster. It's a strange name, but as they say, you don't choose your name, just like you don't choose your parents. The tracks give the bike such grip that you can ride it anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. Swamp, sand, mud, snow, ice. There are no barriers for this monster. No roads and no weather can stop it. Do you want to go get some quarter-liter bottles of vodka for your friends? And the highlight of our program is a shoe-shaped vehicle. The car really resembles a shoe, so there's nothing surprising here. But I still have one question. What do these guys smoke before they get such crazy ideas? You can't mock cars like that. After all, they also have souls. But wait, what am I talking about, guys? It seems that this is contagious, so we urgently move on to the next guest of our program. And now we have a moment of nostalgia. I'm sure many of you will shed a few tears, as I'm going to say obvious things. There are big cars, there are small ones, there are red, blue, black, and even yellow ones. And all cars are different, but not all of them are beautiful. Some of them are, to put it mildly, quite strange. Just as strange as our capsule car today. The Panther mobile was created specifically for the show. The car was designed by Jay Orberg. This is the same man who designed the Batmobile, the black Pontiac for the Knight Rider, and the DeLorean from the Back to the Future trilogy. Although the car didn't turn out to be very good, Mr. J's merits allow us to talk about him as a person who provided a happy childhood to many of us. Write in the comments if you remember that cool series where the main character was driving a talking car that helped him catch bandits on the road. Here you can see all-wheel drive, like a tank has. 6 engines, 6 wheels, and a cunning mechanism. Have you already guessed what I'm talking about? This bike runs on battery power, so you can forget about the roar of the engine, but its control is at the highest level. The programmable joystick allows you to run the motorcycle even on the steepest slopes. But the most important feature is its adaptation for people with disabilities. A lowerable seat, a luggage compartment, and high maneuverability. I want to give my respect to the engineer who has come up with all this. No, you don't have a double screen, you're just looking at twin brothers, Jeff and Mike, from Waterboro. At first, the brothers wanted to build cars just for fun, but after the 9/11 tragedy, their focus shifted to creating vehicles with a purpose. Now they design and manufacture vehicles to Army standards. Jeff and Mike say, if you can drive a car, you can drive a rear saw. By the way, if you watched Fast and Furious 8, you probably saw this tank that Ludacris Bridges was driving. This is also Jeff and Mike's development. If you say that size does not matter, then remember Sheik Ahmad, who is famous for his collection of giant cars. This time he decided to set a record not only in size. The giant Debian is considered the most ingenious SUV in the world, which is on display at the Al Madam Museum in Sharjah. This Debian is striking in its size and design. It has become a sentinel piece of engineering and automotive design. Although as for me, it is nothing like that. Next, we have a car cart from an American engineer. According to Chuck, the car easily accelerates to 160 kilometers per hour, but such speed is of no use, since the plan is to use this extraordinary car exclusively for charitable purposes and ordinary walks. And I really want to drive it to a hardware store and put a couple of bags of cement in it. By the way, this car is 5 times larger than the original Western Flyer wagon. Just tell me honestly, would you go for a ride in it for fun? To build a Batmobile like the one in The Dark Knight is a task that might be nearly impossible for most of us, but not for a genius inventor like Luke. He decided to assemble the Batpod, a wonder bike from the same Batman universe. How did he get to this point, you ask? It's very simple. Same as us, Luke watched the movie The Dark Knight and was amazed by the Batpod. He decided he wanted the same bike, and he created it. Luke now has his own Batpod and can feel like the real Batman when he rides it on the streets. This project has become not only a dream that has come true for him, but also an inspiration for many fans of the franchise. Well, here's a nominee for the most useless invention. Of course, it's difficult to call this a skateboard, but maybe someone will still like it. This skateboard with legs probably came to us from a series of bicycles on square wheels. As for me, I don't like such things. It doesn't matter how much Theo, a young engineer from Detroit, praises it, the simple truth is that you can easily turn gold into shit, but you need to try really hard to make the opposite. Do you want to argue about this? I'll keep an eye on the comments. Leave them under the video. Now, kidding aside, since here there is not some kind of a skateboard with chicken legs, but a real spaceship on an air cushion. It is so fast that even Elon Musk and his Starship are jealous. When you ride it, it feels like you're flying to the moon rather than driving down the street. And the most interesting thing is that it runs on a battery, just like your favorite TV remote control. Just don't forget to wear a spacesuit. Otherwise, your stylish clothes may be damaged by cosmic dust. But seriously, I don't see any real use of it, so this toy can be safely stored in the garage. And here is the hero of today's video, a 2-wheeled bike with huge wheels that can cause nausea just by looking at it. The huge bicycle monster rides just like this in Golden Gate Park. These guys get as crazy with bikes as they can. Its tires are as thick as a bulldozer's, and it looks like it's going to smash everything in its path. Our next item is a unique project based on the legendary car from the 50s. Its author, Jeremy Butler, boasted that he had managed to exactly repeat the look of the retro car. But he says that without high-precision equipment, he wouldn't have been able to do this. The car has everything for a comfortable ride: a steering wheel, soft seats, an electric motor, and even working headlights. The author has demonstrated incredible attention to detail, and it feels that this car and the original one have become like 2 peas in a pod. The car turned out to be very cool, and I think it deserves our attention. It can hardly be called a toy, since the boat is very powerful for its size. Besides, the boat exists in different versions, in the form of a whale, a dolphin, and even a shark. As for launching, there's nothing complicated here either. For this, you will just need a pier or a semi-trailer, which is driven from the shore into the water. Meanwhile, we're going to move from the water back to land and take a look at the smallest helicopter in the world. We are moving on, and now there's still a concept in front of us, but we hope that they will soon start its mass production. This camper is completely electric and has a lot of cool features. Firstly, you don't need to think where to refuel it because the car runs on battery power. Secondly, the camper is super compact, and what is most importantly, it has everything for a comfortable stay. 2 beds, a TV, a pull-out dining table, a mini fridge, a travel kit, and even a hob. What else do you need for a family vacation away from home? Well, that's all for now, friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll see you next time.